you have watched my previous two videos, then it will be easy to you to understand this class now. Now in this class we are going to study the characteristic of kingdom first Monera. Monera, if you remember the chart, all prokaryotic organisms are there, or prokaryotic organisms are there, and they are unicellular. They are unicellular. Now this could be the first point, very first simple point, if you remember the chart properly. Now remember one thing, you understand the meaning of prokaryotic cell or prokaryotic organism. The organism do not have nucleus and cell organelles inside the body or inside the cell. But one thing you have to remember, under the prokaryote, all the unicellular organisms are coming. So we have to remember, in the kingdom Monera, all the unicellular organisms are going to come. There are no multicellular organism in the kingdom Monera. Example are, first example is, we have taken the example while studying the chart, also classification chart. Bacteria, all the bacteria are coming. All the bacteria are coming, and you must have know they are heterotrophic, or they are pathogenic. They do the infection to plant and animals, so they can't perform photosynthesis. So rather than, we can say them as a heterotrophic, or they are pathogenic, we must say. Sometimes they could be parasitic. They live inside the plant or animal's body, so they do not perform photosynthesis. This could be the point. Some of organism which are coming in kingdom Monera could be autotrophic. Which are autotrophic? Blue-green algae. Blue-green algae, as it have chlorophyll pigment in some extent in the cell, it can perform photosynthesis. So simple points are, animal is prokaryotic unicellular, it may be autotrophic or heterotrophic, then they are living in sea water or pond water, anywhere they could be seen. So these are the simple characteristics of kingdom Monera. Now next kingdom, kingdom Protista. Now if you remember, kingdom Protista is coming under the heading eukaryotic unicellular organism. If you remember the chart, okay. So simply see, by using the classification chart, we can make the points, we can write the characteristic by our own. These are the prokaryotic unicellular organism. Some of them are living in pond or sea water, we can say. All the characteristics are given in your textbook also. Then here also some are autotrophic and some could be heterotrophic. Autotrophic and heterotrophic. The example which are coming under the autotrophic are Euglena and Volvox. And the example which are coming under the heterotrophic are amoeba and paramecium. Amoeba and paramecium. Euglena and Volvox have chloroplast in their cell, so they can perform photosynthesis, and so they are autotrophic. They do not perform, amoeba, paramecium do not perform photosynthesis, so they are heterotrophic. Now body structure are, we can see the changes in the body structure among all these four organisms, and the organ of locomotion also is different. Now see, if euglena we have to draw simply. This is euglena, this nucleus, this chloroplast inside that, and there is flagella. Flagella for locomotion. If we are talking about amoeba, there is regular body, and these are pseudopodia. Pseudopodia for locomotion. If we are going to talk about paramecium, then paramecium body is quite sleeper cell, or our sleeper flattened structure like sleeper, and there is nucleus and hair-like outgrowths are there. These are called cilia. So there are differences in structure. Now next kingdom is kingdom fungi. Now see, in last time we have talked about funguses. They are saprophytic as they absorb the food from the dead or decaying organism. The cell is having cell wall. Cell is having cell wall. Cell wall is made up of tough sugar, that is chitin. Okay. These are again coming under the eukaryotes. So these are eukaryotic organisms. These are multicellular again. See, prokaryotes are in the heading Protista. This is eukaryotic, unicellular. Now about funguses we are talking. Then these are eukaryotic, multicellular organism. Okay. The fertilization or now about the cell structure and type of absorptions. Eukaryotic, multicellular. Now see, we will talk about the example. Examples are Baker's yeast. Baker's yeast means the yeast we got from the bakery for making the bun or pizza base, that yeast. Then Aspergillus is the next example, which is the fungus or grow on corn. Okay. The fungus grow on corn. कधीच किंवा बुट्टा जो म्हणतो त्याच्यावर वाढणारा जे फंगस आहे ते. Penicillium. And next example is mushroom. Now mushroom, we are familiar with mushroom. The rainy season there are small outgrowth among the marsh region or over the marsh region. So that are mushrooms. Now simply if we started to draw or we try to draw the fungus on the structure of fungus is, these are root-like rhizoids, these are hyphae. Now this circular outgrowth is sporangium. Inside the sporangium there are spores. This stalk is called as sporangiophore. Now these spores are the asexual mean of reproduction. Okay. So these are the simple characteristics. If you have not subscribed yet, then subscribe and press the bell for next class.